So I realized something. I haven't drawn animals in a while, so today I'm challenging myself to draw different animals using just a pencil, no iPad, no digital tools, pure sketching. To make things more fun, I asked ChatGPT to suggest some animals to draw. It gave me way too many options like a full zoo, so I had to cut the list down. Now I have got 6 animals to draw. Before going to draw, I'm setting a timer for each one. 10 minutes max, let's see how it goes. Number 1, the dog. I love drawing dogs. I have been around them my whole life. We raised dogs when I was growing up, and I have always felt familiar with their shapes and personalities. That helped a lot here. I start sketching and wait, am I already done? I looked at the timer and it only took 2.5 minutes. That's wild. I guess I underestimate myself. I start drawing another one and things just flowed. Still, even with how comfortable I am drawing dogs, the nose area always messes with me. It's tricky how it connects with the mouth and the eyes. One wrong angle and the whole face feels off. But overall, this one went really smoothly. I ended up finishing 2 full dog sketches before the timer even hit 10 minutes. I could have drawn more, but honestly, I felt like these 2 were complete. I didn't want to overdo it. Next, we've got a lion. I set the timer and started sketching, but here is where I ran into a bit of confusion. What I was drawing looked like a lion, but not quite. I wasn't sure if it was a male or female lion. Because there was no mane, I guess that makes it a lioness. Note to myself, always check the reference photo before hitting the timer. Still, it was a really interesting face to draw, very strong features. But again, just like the dog, the nose gave me trouble. I don't know what it's about animals' nose, but they're hard. It's not just about the shape, it's the way they sit in the middle of all these soft curves and shadows. I finished the sketch in about 7 minutes. That's a longer one for me, but considering the challenge, I'm happy with how it turned out. Then came the horse. I started with a confident head, neck, front leg, cool. But then, when I got to the back, things got complicated. The way the back connects to the back leg, it's not what I thought at all. The angles are subtle, but very specific. And then boom, the timer goes off. I hadn't even started the back legs. But you know what? I kept going. I couldn't leave it like that. I pushed forward and figured out the form slowly. The legs, the belly curve, even the tail. Flow it all took more thought. What I realized is the horses look simple, but they are incredibly technical. The muscle structure, the stance, it's all tied together. Even small mistakes are obvious. So, I give it time. It took longer than I planned, but I was proud of where it ended up. Next up, the turtle. This one felt totally different, so chill. The structure is simple. The head and limbs are super soft, so it wasn't hard to get them down fast. But the shell, that's where things got interesting. It looks simple at first, but the texture on the shell adds complexity. You've got all the patterns, and if you want to add more depth, you need to shade more. I didn't want to overwork it, so I focused on a clean shape with just enough detail to suggest the texture. I like the result. Quiet but detailed. A nice break after the horse. I finished it in just under 4 minutes. Easiest so far, but also really enjoyable. Then the cat. I was actually excited for this one. I love how cats look in drawings. So expressive and elegant. I started with the eyes, and right away I could feel the personality showing up. I went for a soft expression, calm but alert, and the textures came naturally. Light for strokes, gentle contours, it felt like everything was clicking. But the tricky part was the mouth. That tiny area under the nose, it's always more complicated than it seems. If it's too big, it ruins the whole vibe. I had to adjust it a few times. Still, I wrapped it up in 4 minutes and it looked really nice. This one had a solid balance of ease and a challenge. Last one, the rabbit. This one was probably my favorite. At first, I thought it would be easy round face, long ears, but the moment I got the nose and the mouth, I realized, nope, this one's got its own rules. The features are small, delicate, and very easy to distort. If the mouse goes too low or the nose is too wide, it just looks wrong. I had to redraw that part a couple of times, but once I got past it, the ears brought it back to life. I love drawing the long forms and soft curves. There is something peaceful about rabbits. I finished it in 5 minutes, and yeah, it's my favorite of them. After finishing all 6, I decided to go back and add some shadows and rendering, nothing too detailed, just enough to give the drawing more depth. I started with the horse. I thickened some of the main lines, especially around the legs, the belly, the nose, and even added more shadow under the hair. That gave me a bit more structure. It felt less like a sketch and more like a finished piece. Then the line. I did the same thing. Added some line weight and light shadows around the eyes, ears, and mouth. It really helped bring out the expression. It just felt deeper. The turtle didn't need much. I added a few shadows around the edges and gave more values to the shell's pattern. Nothing exaggerated, just enough to add dimension. For the cat, the original sketch felt a little too light. So I darkened the line slightly and added layered shadows in the eyes and on the face. I also tried to show a bit of a fur texture, very subtle. Not too much, and it really made it pop. Then the rabbit. This one honestly became my favorite. I focused the shadows in the ear and a few places around the nose. Just that small touch made it look much more real, or at least more pleasing to me. And the dogs, almost forgot. I went back, added shadows to both, and I boldened some areas. That gave them more life. I also decided to drop the third sketch. The first two said everything I wanted to say. So that was a challenge. 6 animals, 1 pencil. Some wins, some struggles, but honestly, I learned a lot just from sketching fast and trying to push each one a little further. If you're still here and you like this type of videos, like the video and comment your favorite one. For me, still the rabbit. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.